Before the turn of 2022, the creative community at large lost a true icon and teacher. Wilson Bickford has been teaching art both online and in person for WPBS for years. In December, he lost his battle with COVID. Tonight, we remember him with this heartfelt tribute put together by his friend and WPBS Director of Production, Tracy Duflo.
On December 18, 2021, artist, teacher, and nationally famous television host Wilson Bickford lost his battle with COVID. Wilson Bickford was a household name for many. Wilson Bickford's show, Painting with Wilson Bickford, is produced locally by WPBS TV and seen on PBS stations across the United States. He has an international following too, with fans as far away as Australia. Fans in northern New York and Ontario might be surprised to know that this world-famous artist grew up right here in Gouverneur, New York, and called the North Country home. Wilson was multi-talented. In addition to teaching himself how to paint, he also taught himself how to play guitar, harmonica, and even the saxophone. On Saturday nights, he could often be found playing with his band in local venues. He was an avid animal lover and had a huge soft spot for his 2 cats. A generous man, he often fundraised for Friends for Pound Paws, Toys for Tots, and many other organizations. Over the years, Wilson built a reputation as an art instructor, and it became a lucrative career for him. In 2012, he teamed up with WPBS TV to produce Painting with Wilson Bickford. 104 episodes, 6 Paint Smart Not Hard DVDs, and a couple of specials later, the very successful program airs nationally on PBS stations and the Create Network and is seen in nearly every market in the United States. His goal was simple: to get everyone to recognize their creative side.
I think what stops most people from attempting art or a lot of things in life is just the fear. Fear stops people from doing many, many things. So I think it's very important to just get in and try. So I try to instill that in people and let them know that they can do it. You can do this. It's a learning process. You don't have to be born with a skill, you learn it. And that goes for art, music, and just about anything else.
Wilson's television programs showcased his talent and often his sense of humor.
Well, I try to inject a little humor into it because I've seen a lot of art instruction that is kind of very serious, and they tend to talk over the people's heads and, you know, describing art techniques. I like to keep it fun and light and everything very, very fun and not too nerve-wracking, you know. Did you hear about the 2 balloons that were floating through the desert? One balloon says to the other, "Look out for the cactus." And the other balloon says, "What cactus?" Hi, thanks for tuning in today. For some reason, I have such a headache. I had a dream last night. I was dreaming about this big brush, and I just can't get it out of my head this morning. It's going to give me something to blend into when I bring my sky color down, the fog and that mist. I got lost in the mist one time, and I didn't have the foggiest idea where I was. Go figure. You know why the palm tree was so lonely? He didn't have many fronds. Do you know what Mr. Swan said when Mrs. Swan told him she was expecting? He said, "Well, that's just Swan more mouth to feed." Hey, a weasel walked into a bar. The bartender says, "You know, I don't think I've ever had a weasel in here before. What'll you have?" "Pop," goes the weasel. Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'm just sitting here reading the paper. I was reading some of these stories in the news. They say that a butcher accidentally backed into a meat grinder, which resulted in him getting a little behind in his work. Can you imagine? And a cross-eyed teacher lost her job because she couldn't control her pupils. I'm telling you, it's a crazy world we live in, isn't it? Even though I try to be funny and put some humor into it, I'm still getting my point across as far as the lessons so people learn about perspective and contrast and all those art principles. Art can be very intimidating to a lot of people. They're afraid of it because they don't understand it. So I try to just do it in a lighter mood, and it's easier for everybody to relax and enjoy themselves. Go right over the swans like they're not even there. That's why I taped them out. I'm not going to paint around them. Life's too short to paint around swans. as well as other things. I need to put some of that on this side, but I really don't have any paint left, so I gotta mix up a little more. Don't you hate when you run out? I know, I do too. That's a little darker. I'll throw some of it in there and pretend I meant it. That's like if you're in a band and you're playing music, you hit a wrong note, you hit it again just to make everybody think you meant it the first time, and you call it jazz. So I'm going to start with Red Rose Deep. This is a really nice fuchsia color. Look into the fuchsia. I'm a psychic. I don't know. I don't know where this stuff comes from, folks. I really don't.
Wilson was a joy to work with, always upbeat, always positive, and always prepared. Shooting his show was one of the highlights of the year. Wilson, we will miss you. Stay creative and keep painting.